So, let's take a look at our first two teams playing and get into it.
Yeah, let's look at the map bans first. So we are playing with the last patch's map pool, and let's see how they play out.
Yeah, so just as we bring that up for you, the way this is going to work is we're going to do the map bans first, and then obviously we'll get into the agent select for that. And I believe it is the loser who is then choosing the
yes, Icebox is gone.
first. Icebox is gone. Can you guys see this yet? Or lovely. Thank God. No
Yeah,
Icebox.
Yeah, I don't like it. I mean, even though I'm kind of obligated to play Chamber on that map, as with every map, I don't like the verticality. I don't like having to attack on it, especially because if you don't have a pretty standard team comp, it's very, very hard to attack anywhere else other than a site. So I'm thanking my lucky stars that it's gone, and there was bind as well. Well, I'm a little sympathetic towards that one.
Yeah, what I'm expecting out of here, to be honest, is given the players that we have in these two teams, I'm fully expecting Sunset Priority, Corrode as well. These two maps, a lot of these players have pretty high win rates. All of the duelists, for example, are all 60% and above win rates on those two maps. So I'd expect quite a bit of prior on those two, maybe a little Ascent as well as we choke through. And there we go. First map is going to be Lotus.
Picked by Jett to Holiday. Well, Lotus is always going to be a popular map. I think it's one of the more well-designed maps in the entire pool. It's certainly got a lot of unique things to it, and it's always a treat to watch because there's so much tactical depth, and I really, really enjoy the early space-taking fights.
Here's an interesting fact for you. If you guys didn't know, during the last season, Lotus is the only one that has an even percentage between attack and defender side. Every other one is defender sided in percentage win rates. Lotus is the only relatively balanced map in that regard. So it kind of speaks to your point, right?
Yep. It's just more interesting to watch. But we get Corrode, and that's a treat because it is the newest map in the map pool and one where Chamber really, really shines. I mean, I think all maps, if you're just good at the game, good at Chamber, you shine. But the specific thing about Corrode is that mid presence and the extremity fights are just so good for getting somebody early on those deep angles and also fighting for space and getting early picks. So I really enjoyed watching that and playing it so far. We've
Yeah,
had a second
absolutely.
Haven.
I love when I'm right. I love when I'm right. So Set gets taken out, Haven gets taken out as well, and the decider will be played on Sunset. So this is a good 3-map pool here.
Yeah, it's Sunset for the Sunrise Arena.
Yeah, it had to be right. It had to be.
Yeah.
If we're going to decide on any map, it had to be that one. So as we head into Lotus here, let's start to look towards agent picks and what we're expecting out of that. I think both teams have very, very proficient Jett players. So I would be surprised if we don't see that. But this is also really good for Raze. So we might see that switch up.
I would actually argue that Jett is, I think, the worst dive duelist to play on Lotus, just because the area denial that options like Neon and Raze can provide for the A main fight, that is just too crucial. And Jett is also, I'd say, hard to navigate like the specific geometry of many of the sites. There's not much room for Jett or cover to play around B site. You have tree, I guess, but as you said,
it comes down to
just see what
comfort,
they
right?
play.
I think it comes down to comfort on this first map, but we'll see. It could also. Yoru was about to be what I was going to say as well. Yoru is definitely one to watch out for on this, and we see Ketsu immediately locking in that Jett. So straight away we see that coming out.
And I think they're going for double duelist comps, so it's a lot more fast paced than we probably are expecting a VCL or GC. Double duelist on Lotus is always a treat to watch, though.
There's quite a few duelist specialists between these two teams. So again, I think it's about what they're comfortable on. But yeah, it does spice things up quite a lot for sure. And the fade also was something I was going to talk about. Yeah, pretty standard. It was going to be that. They do have quite a few Sova players between them as well, but Fade is so good for this. So
Yeah,
I'm not surprised to see that at all.
I'm gonna say, if you lock Sova on Lotus in my ranked game, I'm automatically assuming you're throwing, or you have some crazy lineups like hoverboard. Because ain't no way I'm going to be playing with a Sova on my team in Lotus.
No, you're not going to take that over a Fade. So
No,
Omen,
no.
pretty standard as well.
Yep.
So nothing
Advise as well.
too kind of spicy here. Just waiting to see if this Vice gets locked in on the other side.
Yeah.
To finish this off. I think Vice is again, we see so often, I think is really prominent right now for how much pressure they put on holding a site and containing your attack points just by way of the wall and the
for sure. Veldot being on the Vice does not surprise me at all. On C, like puts Vice solo C for defending, and also Vice is just so great for locking down the flank and things like that. So let's get into it right now. I'm gonna try and follow our lovely observer Zebra here.
Yeah, big shout to Zebra. Thank you so much for observing. You are going to make our lives very, very easy. So get excited. First match of this tournament. And let's see what they've prepared for us. They have been scrimming for a little bit. So I don't know if these two teams have scrimmed against each other specifically. But yeah, we are going to get some aggression out here with these comps. This is fun.
Yeah, you see the defender Omen ready to throw that root blind. They're going to probably just go straight in for this A main control. And let's see it rip. C's nade being thrown right there. We're waiting for it. And, actually pushing straight forward into the root position. Not only Rubble is taken, they're trying to fight up to fight this. There we go. Alex Meister has to break that util for their Rubble player. And no kills are being given so far, but Phenom is about to peek straight into the crosses of Lihu. Right there, Alex Meister cannot stand the test of those 4 players. And nobody has to scramble to try and do something, try and get any economical salvage. There's
just an absolute wash. They take the early space, they use the C's nade, they get up front, they get the early positioning, but they get taken out too quickly. And Phenom sat behind that box, just couldn't get any work.
Clanker ready for it. So. I thought nobody was going to be on top for that one, but luckily they get away with a flawless, and that's going to bring good tidings for the next save round.
Yeah, so just some ones to watch for you guys here. Definitely Chloe is going to be one to watch. Crazy duelist player. I would also say on the other side, Nobody as well is going to be a player to watch. But just for you guys to have some. Ketsu also, I think Ketsu could do some crazy work here. But a clean 5-0 on that first round. Let's see what they decide to do on the second. It looks like a little bit of C. Early space taking out Mound. And they might even just gun it, honestly.
Oof. Yeah, the Sentinel lurk tool right there, trying to counter this, but Chop Cheese Veldot is going to be contested with this paranoia. Check that temple position. Veldot goes down, and there's a Spectre retreat for the side of the defense.
Are they ready for this Mound triple push? This is crazy coming out. I don't know if they're going to expect this, because look, they've already pushed into B. You can see Raze and Jett both taking that space. Raymond goes down. That's a big anchor point. Lihu just going crazy on this fade, getting a nice double.
Omar swings out. Yes, it could have been. Oh, okay. That made me a little scared, but 3 players watching that position, nothing's going to be going to the wayside, I suppose. So 0-2, right? What are we looking in at this next bonus round?
Yeah, I think for me personally, I'm looking, I wouldn't like to see them get too aggro here, but it looks like they're kind of looking at an A stack already on the defending side. I like the Vice can hold down C so easily, and they can stall so much time. So I understand why they're doing this kind of 4-1 split, and it's a good cold read by the looks of it, because they're already stacked on the A side.
Oh, you're going up against a double duelist composition, and, well, maybe single duelist now as Clocracy is taken out for the count, and, yeah, you see Veldot working up. Kept tabs on by these 2 B players now. because you've called that there was initial aggression at A, the next likely target is going to be B. So you see nobody.
Oh,
Oh, are
nobody's
you
in
going to
trouble.
swing
If
here?
he peeks
Are
out,
you?
he is in trouble.
Uh-oh, Adapt does offer the trade, and nothing got in their way, but Alex Meister has something to say for that.
Oh, Alex!
Oh, Arkrose is gone. Lihu being the standout play right here, taken out by Phenom, and it's
Oh,
Phenom to actually score the first round for the defenders. Well
Oh, but
done,
boy, is that
Jett 2 Holiday.
expensive. Boy, is that expensive. 3 go down on that round. So, yes,
Yeah,
they get
that's
the
a
round,
great
but
bonus.
it's going to cost them. Yeah.
It's all you can hope for. So are
Umar
they going
here,
to try the
though.
same thing, Nickish?
Yeah, I think they're going to try because you always want to show some early presence in A because they are going to do the season aid quite often, I think. So you don't want to push too hard in case you get trapped by that, but you do always want to show a little bit of presence. And then we're probably going to see a mid-round rotate, cut noise, mid-round rotate, either through B, but most likely through B because you know the Vice is going to be holding down that C site.
Yeah.
And we see early presence on both sides already. And this is the advantage of the Vice, right? They put their util down on C, block it off, and then they've already sat in B site, waiting for that push in.
I mean, it's so hard to take a site entrenched with a Vise that you just can't afford to leave it. And Adapt isn't actually getting conversion down until now. Ooh, if that crosshair had been in the right position, they might have gotten some trade. But Phenom with the phenomenal flank right there. Alex Meister chasing as well. 2 kills, 3. Give it up for the Nightfall as well. Clockracy left on the 1v3 alone to defend this spike right here. It's not going to happen. She's downed by Alex Meister. What a masterful play. Just pinching them with the Nightfall as well. Well done, a second round on defense, and if you know what happens on Lotus, this attacker's side, you really want to be getting as many rounds as possible while you're on attack.
Yeah, I mean, Alex, take a bow. I mean, not much more to say about that one. Incredible couple of first kills. Instantly uses the Nightfall as well. Catches them on the plant and just finishes it off nicely with the other 2 kills. So a little bit of a standout, and it came down to crazy execution and just hitting your shots. And let's see, it looks like they're gonna slow it down a little bit here, I think. If you are Clanker, show that presence towards A early, as we talked about. Not get caught by the season aid. There we go. And then I think they're gonna look for a pick, but the aggression.
Uh-oh. You see, they're not...
triple push.
The reclear util isn't coming out, so they're not trying to commit to this position. And what I'll say is that the smokes coming in from the from the attackers have been a little bit delayed. I think a smoke could have helped the broken door fight, but ooh, it's Clockracy there to contact up and actually gets traded out by Veldot right there. Oh, Veldot has to move a little bit faster into it with knife out even. They understand where Adapt is, and Adapt has to run. Save your life, son. Phenom. Corey does take it as the sheriffs to ring out across the battlefield. It's working beautifully for the side of Clanker Clan. Raymond, however, has something to say. Dimensional Drift coming out. This might help just a little bit, but that's again leaving your partner in a 1-on-3. So this blindside has to come through really fast, and it doesn't just yet. Veldot. Oh, 1 health on Phenom. This would be absolutely Herculean of a task to complete, and Phenom doesn't want anything to do with it.
Yeah, that's a save angle for sure. And we finally see them hit that C site. They take on the Vice on the C side, get the kill with a classic, which is very, very well done here from Veldot. And it allows them to get in. How Omen got out of sight was crazy work when they were tagged by the Fade as well. So good work playing your life, but they do get the site in the end. And they're trying different things there, and it's going to make it difficult for Jett 2 Holiday, honestly. They've tested A, they've tested B, and now they've tested C as well. So showing a good flexibility of what they can do on this attack side.
Yeah, we're actually going to pause for a tech pause. I think we need to do a little bit of tinkering with the overlay. But what I really enjoy the ideas being set out by the attack side. And yes, it's kind of easier to play attack on Lotus, especially when you lurk around and switch up what you're doing, not constantly going for one play over another. You have three sites, right? But
Yeah. Yeah.
also the defense isn't keeping up in tempo at all. A few of them seem lost when they're converged upon, and even if they have the better guns, it's just maybe a few pieces of util could have helped or something like that. It's a very methodical, very set play kind of a way to defend against and execute, and I don't know if they have shown that yet.
Yeah, I think one thing we haven't really seen from Clanker yet is we haven't seen a really fast take, right? We've seen these kind of early pressure, early trying to get the early information into then a mid to late round rotation into a site that's already been rotated off by the defenders. So I think we see the Vice here going into A, setting up on the other side of the map, and I think this is maybe to try and catch them out, bait out a quicker push perhaps from Clankers, and then the Vice is there ready for it. So I wonder if they've got this read or whether they just want to try something different, because the last few rounds have been difficult for them to maneuver around.
At the A
We already
fights,
see them kind of posturing in A, but
yeah,
I wonder. I think they will figure it out pretty quickly.
Yeah, they moved the Vice off of C and put her on A. It's just they're not going to be able to do anything to prevent the rubble control, and if you're not, then it's kind of a moot point to have your Omen still play Broken Door. Because you're not there to throw that root paranoia, let your duelist walk up to rubble and get into a favorable position for yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. And I wonder if we're going to see maybe because at the moment it looks like they're kind of defaulting a little bit, and they're push the duelist to C to try and get mound aggression, take that space on C side, waiting for maybe that, because we've seen them do that early A pressure into the rotation. So I wonder if they're going to push all the way out and just get really aggressive on this raise Yoru, try and take as much of that space, so catch them out when they look for that rotate round. And as we get back into the game,
I've done that before. Yeah.
Let's see.
So yeah, early mount aggression. You were absolutely right, Nickish, and they just seized control of rubble. But this has to be info for the attackers to go all the way. The defenders on the C mountain to go all the way to A, right? And there it is.
Yeah, and it's just a straight push through tree.
Oh no, that wasn't the right idea. But it's still possible. 4v5 and a lot of util is still on the defender side, especially the duelist util, and getting control of the back site is going to be crucial, and maintaining control of stairs. So there goes the smoke to get out, but Ketsu finds one, traded out immediately. Phenom is ready with a showstopper, but it's not going anywhere currently. Oh, gets rid of the tree defender, but it's all right for now for the attacker's side. It's still man advantage, not for long. Adapt has found Lihu, and now Adapt has to stick it, but can't even get a half. Bumped off of the crosshair placement by Clocracy, and that's exactly the plays you want to see come out of the attackers.
Yeah, really nice post plant there. Clo just knowing their limits, knowing that they've got the satchels to push them off of that defuse, even if they went for it. I love the attempt from Raze. It was too slow. They had to kind of bunny hop their way into tree, because they were all hidden. They played that post plant really, really nicely, and looking really solid here from Clanker, looking coordinated, and they came to play. No messing.
Yeah. All right, there with another mound take, ceding control of rubble as long as they have that extra maps control. But now it looks like the revolving door on B is going to be contested right here. This is interesting. Both of those have been traded out, sure. So we'll see what's the next moves.
I mean, it was a half buy. It was a very small buy here out from Jett.
Ready for the cross replacement. That's the spike went down. That's huge info. Now the cavalry can arrive, but not if Veldot has anything to say about it. Nobody has gone down, and we know Alex Meister is towards the broken door. We're going to be getting that plant down on B.
This is so good for Jett too, though. Just getting these kills is so valuable. taking that economy away. These sheriff kills are huge.
Clanker Clan has to know where the defenders are coming from. It's going to be the broken door side, and Ketsu is ready for the swing. Catches Alex Meister on the jump, and that's exactly what you want to see from the post-plant attackers. Adapt has no choice but to push into this, and Ketsu is just faster on the draw. What a round!
Yeah, that could have honestly gone either way, but just really good timing in that 2v2. Gets that kill on Alex Meister, peeks out, gets the kill, and then it's so difficult in that 1v2 scenario to finish that off. But honestly, that is a huge round from Jett 2. Even though they lose it, that's got to be a good boost to them, saying, hey, we were on a really poor buy there. A couple of sheriffs, a frenzy, they got some valuable kills out of that. So maybe they're not out of it just yet.
And look at Clanker Clan's economy. The money isn't looking that peachy either. So another round win, or I think a round win would stop their economic train. Maybe another, right? So it isn't anything to be frowning about.
Yeah, and we see they're leaning so heavily towards this A side, and it's completely left. They're so willing to take on this Vice on this A side, and it's leaving the C side completely untouched, as they're just going to pull the trigger with everything.
Yeah. Clockersy doesn't get anything with that showstopper, and it's actually Alex Meister to hold the fort down with this Nightfall in play as well. Oh, Omar
Ketsu gets the last shot
test
kill
of
as
the
well.
fades right here. Oh, just looks away at the wrong second, and Alex Meister still holding strong on the site. A defenders all converging on where Ketsu is. That blind side is going to be played ahead of, but why does it matter when Adapt is just there to cover their bases?
Yeah, really, really nice, honestly, from Jett 2. They cover their bases. They stack A site, and Alex is popping off. That was a beautiful round from Alex, just getting the right timings. And sometimes, we talk about this all the time, sometimes you can have all the strats in the world and you can have the right reads, and it just comes down to execution and timings and hitting your shots correctly,
Yeah.
Just a really good round. And we talked about the broken economy. This is going to be probably the last goodbye here. So if they can win this out, from Jett 2 Holiday, and Phenom already with the pick. That's a great start to it. This is going to break legs.
Oh, Adapt. Can you show trigger discipline? No, you reveal your hand, but it's all right because you play it just the way you need to. Adapt takes down Omar, and that's the entire attack round. Stymied, stopped, and absolutely stalled. There we go.
Yeah, huge comeback from Jett 2. Yeah, we talked about it. They've broken the economy now, and I don't know, you might want to save these two because you're going to have nothing going into next, and the money is dire now for Clanker. So really good comeback in the second part of this first half for Jett 2, adapting really nicely, finding those key pickoffs, and Phenom with that early pickoff. That's exactly what they needed. Do they know?
Yeah.
Woo!
Well, Ketsu might have something to say about going down without a peep, but I don't know if Ketsu has anything else to fight with. Just one cloud burst, and it's not even a great situation to use it. Adapt right there. Raymond wants to swing off of that contact, and yeah, okay. Takes matters into his own hands. Ketsu goes down 4-5. This is a great defender half, actually.
Yeah, no point wasting any more there for Ketsu, because you know that your economy is pretty bad, so you want to save those knives, right? You want to be able to use those knives for this. Potentially to try and play your way into this round. And we see again, just they're going to stick with this 2-1-2 split. Keep the Vice on the A side and have this mound aggression from this Yoru raise, which is really deterring Clanker pushing into the C side. We've only seen one round so far.
The dueling capability is great, but it's kind of risky to be facing so many pistols at once, and you already see the shots ring out. Phenom does take down Velda and Clockersy as well. Raymond's on a tear already, and that's just the round over. I mean, wow, Raymond is correct. Yeah, I don't know what Omar can pull out of his magician's hat right now, but Alex Meister seems a little bit of trouble from the tree player right there, and Ketsu might have something to say, might have even the round out, and Omar is still in contention, but nobody gets past nobody here on the A side.
Yeah, this is looking rough now. Obviously, not a full buy round, so take it with a pinch of salt, but really nice comeback into this game. That's got it. The momentum is all Jett 2 all day right now.
Yeah, just for our viewers here, the score is 5-5, even up right now. We are after the half. We are going to take a tech pause to kind of rectify that issue on the UI.
Yeah, absolutely.
There we go.
Good,
More
heads up.
aggression, more util. Raymond doesn't care. That gate
Raymond
crash right there
strikes
is
again.
just right for the job to get out and stay safe. Phenom, though, getting spammed out. Corey does find him eventually through the smoke. No, adapt.
They need to speed this up now. They need to get in.
Yep. And Raymond, oh, you still get a free pick. Ah, this is really
Sneaky.
looking good for the defense side, too. These are kills that
Yeah, there
shouldn't
should
be
be
given over.
Yeah, there should be a pretty good, easy retake here. They've got the Yoru ult, scouting everybody out. They know the positions. I'm sure they're coming, all of it. There goes the Fatal as well.
Yeah, blind
They
side
know everything.
Does help things a little bit, and that Nightfall deafening everyone. It's a test of wills here. Omar cannot come to the rescue, and now Chop Cheese, Veldot trying to Mike. You're not getting past Raymond.
Get out of here. You do not want to fight this Yoru right now when he's feeling himself like this. Oh, lordy. You do not want to go seaside. I think you leave that well alone. He is dominating that side of the map, and this is a tough one. I like the attempt because we saw so much early A pressure that we talked about early on in this half, and I like to see them try something new, try some C aggression, but man, they are struggling. They are struggling. So they're going to try and attack it again, but they've got full util here. So early paranoia, I think, is going to look to get them off this corner or the flash out.
Repeat. Ooh, could have hit it. Oh, Raymond wants out for now. But it looks like they are going to seed mound without too much of a gain. Ketsu with Blade Storm out. And also the Steel Guard. And these are all the ults coming out just to secure the site. But not any kills either way, so this is going to be a 5-on-5 post-plant retake situation. And the Paranoia goes out. Clanker wants to go for an aggressive play. Counter-Paranoia prevents her from gaining much ground, but she's still here. She's still here just to peek straight into the crosshairs of all four defenders on the waterfall positions. But Lihu finds something. There it is. Phenom, though, bounding into the site is Veldot to try and salvage this round, but it's not happening.
And this is what we saw they had to use so much to get onto the site in the beginning that they just didn't have enough left in that post plan. And they take it to them. You know, it's the last round and a half. They say, hey, we've still got everything on our side. They pop that Razor, they pop the Fade, and they just run at their faces. All right, welcome back, everyone. Thank you so much for waiting with us. We are back into the game. A couple of quick little bits. Thank you so much for the dono. We are now at $135 of our $500 goal. So thank you very much. And let's get back into this game.
All right, the pause is off. And we're just about to get back into it. 7-5 at the half. And this was on the defense side for our beloved Jett 2 Holiday. They are looking really good. These picks, their tight gameplay on the defense side, it's all coming to work well, really, really well. And
yeah, just a little story.
See what they have on the attack side. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, a little bit of the story just from the first half for those of you who may have missed it. Clanker started off really strong, and came back. Jett 2 Holiday came back phenomenally in the second part of it. To bring that to the 7-5 scoreline. So as we get back in here, immediately instant pick.
I mean, they were just holding that, right? Like, they knew exactly what was going to happen. You have the Yoru clone to bait out the shear, and now they have so many options on the map. You've got, I mean, technically the map control hasn't changed much, but the personnel has changed, and the Arc Rose already signifying their entry into this A main fight. A pass with flying colors. Raymond and Phenom combined to make it a 2v5.
Yeah, really nice use of, they obviously bait out that Vice wall with the clone. They pull the defenders across, and then they just bomb the A side. That could have been a huge counter nade as they pushed in, but didn't quite hit the mark. And now it results in a very clean 5-2.
Oh, the Arcros doesn't hit, so they know all of the attackers are on the site,
Oh.
and it doesn't even matter. Knowing is half the battle. And Phenom and Alex Meister just clean it up for a flawless pistol.
Yeah, the second flawless pistol, actually. Both pistol rounds have been flawless, so really good luck coming into this next second round buy for their attack side. It's a good showing. I did wonder if maybe the pause, because it was quite a long tech pause, and thank you everyone for sticking with us, by the way, through that technical issues. It's lovely to have you all back, but I did wonder if that might affect the momentum a little bit. Jett 2 Holiday definitely going into that pause with the momentum, and it looks like they've stuck with it.
Yeah, they're also very, very well read, I'd say. They're utilizing Yoru perfectly. I mean, obviously that isn't going to trip any kind of shear, that decoy right there. But it does continue to place a question mark on the C-mount position.
Yeah, and he's just using Fade for a bit of early info, just to see if anyone is hiding round that B corner. If anyone is hiding behind that box, and then they back out, and this is what we've seen a lot of. This is what we thought that they might do: is back out, use the early info, back out in the mid round, and then rotate round and smash one of these sides.
It
looks like they're going
right now. Ketsu with a double swing. Gonna sacrifice one of them, but does trade it in for a Bulldog, and this might be crucial, except that the attackers are all converging towards the C site. No shear for early info.
Oh, what a
they
bait
might
and
call for the
switch.
Arcros right now, but it's not there. It's not there, and the defenders don't know. They're not all the wiser, any wiser to it, and yeah, they just can get control of the site for free. Ketsu has a Bulldog ready, but Adapt on this perch. Ooh, this tall box position. Ketsu doesn't expect it, but that's okay either way. Adapt bounding in, doesn't care. Oh my gosh, Veldot already chiming in with another Phenom here to collect, clean up, and that's exactly what they do on their second round. And while this conclusion was expected, it still was close for a tiny bit of the round.
Yeah, a couple of nice kills, and obviously any damage on this second round is always going to be good, good economical damage. But I really like the strategy that they chose to play their Jett 2, because they use the early util on B to get the information, know that no one is there. Then they rotate round to the A side. They bait out a full rotate. And yes, of course, there is a big gun difference. And then they full switch over to C. After baiting the rotate all the way around, and it was just really beautifully played. So great shot calling from nobody, who is the IGL.
Yeah, Raymond going forward, and it's Mound again. Raymond, what a shot! What a bait out with the fake out. And now Adapt is left on the rubble position, gonna cause a little bit of chaos, hold the remaining defenders over there, while all of this control on the C site is seated. And maybe Corey
I think at this point,
a little bit. Yes, beautifully, but Alex Meister has other plans. And Raymond, testing a little bit more space. Ketsu is so ready.
I was about to say give up Mound, not give up in total, by the way. But give up that C site, and 3 of them still left. This is a really tough position for Alex.
Yeah, and you saw it. It was looking so peachy until these attackers found themselves in like an unwinnable positions and untradeable positions at that, I mean. Yeah, you can't overplay your cards.
Yeah, and obviously, this is a bonus round, but they've made it expensive. Again, we talk about this economy damage all the time because it really can play into these later rounds. So you might not see the impact just yet, but you see the knock-on effect later on. So we might see it, how those couple of kills can affect their buys, coming up.
Look at the econ right now of three of I think it's Clanker Clan. Yeah, Clanker Clan have to be
Yeah.
on lesser lesser guns. Yeah, you see Ketsu on the Vandal as well. Actually, 2 are still stuck with lesser buys. I mean, the attackers are still looking peachy, but their recon isn't great either. So it all comes down to this round. After the bonus, this is where the game starts.
Yeah, 100%. The Bulldog can still be very nasty. Of course, we've seen that gun be used a lot, and it looks like they're going to attack the seaside again. Baiting out that Vice Wall. And I fully expect to see a bait and switch here. I think they're going to use that to then rotate off again, as we've seen them do countless times already.
Oh
But
my.
there's the pick.
You're right. And see how they've moved straight into, open the door to kind of cause confusion. But it's Phenom sowing the seeds for a perfect post plant right there, taking out Veldot. Corey wants nothing to do with this situation, and now it's a 4v3. Yeah, maybe the flank watch on the attacker side was taken down, but still the info is given over, and they're solid, especially with the spam kill. Alex Meister doing numbers right here, still being sharp as always. And now Omar has to recover something on CT. Phenom goes in for the kill, but Clocracy is still sharp as ever. And now Omar has actually moved past the dark cover. Gonna find Alex Meister on the fadeaway. Understand that somebody's coming back to the mount position, and some Adapt is gonna retreat into the lower recesses of the sites, and Omar still continues to deliver. They're slowly digging their way out. Time is ticking down, and it's all up to Omar, but the shots don't connect, and it's Adapt. Oh, are you kidding me? 10 rounds, and they still convert the post-bonus round as well.
Oh, that could have gone either way, though. The time was ticking, so all the pressure was totally on Liu there, on Omar there. But man, Adapt coming in clutch with those final 2 kills. In a bad spot, to be honest, but manages to convert them to finish the round and take them 10-6. But again, we see early, I thought they were going to pivot off that C, but that pick from Phenom completely changed it. They immediately speed up the pace, and they gun it into C-site again.
Oof. Yeah, early aim rubble control taken from the defenders now. But that's an instant pivot, and because they know that there's no shear, they just have free reign of the C site. So Phenom might not hit anybody with the showstopper, but it sure creates a lot of space.
Yeah, and I think this is just a really good read of the economy as well, understanding that they're pretty broken. They've got a hero rifle here on Umar and a couple of sheriffs, but they can just send it and take the site, and they did.
Yeah, but the contest on the CT space, Lihu chimes in with 1, but Alex Meister still taking them out of commission. It's just Ketsu, just 1 kill, and that's all she wrote. 11 rounds.
Yeah, they look really, really solid here, Jett 2 Holiday, on both sides of the coin, to be honest. It's a difficult situation if you're Clanker here. This is an absolutely essential must-win round. That might sound really obvious, being 11-6, but we're also just talking from an economy standpoint and from a strategical standpoint. They need to start to get some momentum going their way, and I think they're going to do that by showing some aggression out of Mound with this Raze combo here.
Yeah, but it's not exactly like you have a gate crash on Veldot. If they commit to this fight, it's wraps. And maybe the attackers don't want to deal with this early mount aggression, and Ketsu is slowly working their way up to rubble to maintain that control. So this is actually looking really good for them.
Yeah, they're taking a lot of space on both A and C, so they've kind of corralled them and pinned them back. It's whether they overheat, do they get too aggressive, and whether the util is overwhelming. Here goes the Razor.
C doesn't find anything with the showstopper, but is still finding 2 with the rifle at least, but the dimensional drift has already made it past her. Raymond taking so much forward space. Corey is aware. Corey is taking their time so slowly, but it's Raymond to fall. Corey finding dividends in that slow pace, and now it's a 3v2 retake. Bomb is down. And the Nightfall is going to hit all of that site. So they're just so scared of what's going to happen. Alex Meister corralled by this paranoia and hit by it as well. The lone wolf destroyed. Dashed hopes. And luckily, the defenders still have a lifeline.
Yeah, fantastic retake. I think I don't mind the commitment of the fade there. I think they needed to guarantee this round, and they commit a lot for it. You know, they commit the Nightfall, they commit Omen ult as well to get behind them and to get behind Mound. But this was a must-win round, so I don't mind the commitment necessarily, and it gives them the round in the end. And really great usage as well of the paranoia on top of that to guarantee that final kill and try and keep as many guns in their hands as possible. And we see that still the economy for both sides still a little bit of struggle, but Chop Cheese here with a Guardian only and a Bulldog for the side of Alex.
Yeah, Clanker reconsidering whether she wants to aggress, but gonna play in this very committed crossfire. Easily dismantleable by a lot of you till right now. The paranoia does come through, but it doesn't hit. It doesn't matter for Ketsu, because Ketsu is moving in. Alex Meister has something to say about that Corey. Oh, gonna stop it where it starts. Now it's a 3v4, but the attackers still have a lot of map control. They have free reign over a rubble. Oh wait, but the spike. It doesn't.
But the
wait, it doesn't matter.
spike is on
They're going to go for the from the shadows, right? They have to give Omen that ult point, and there it is.
And you can see them stacking. They know it though. They know it. Look, 3 of them on the spike. They were
can't
so
get it.
ready for this.
Oh,
they
it's
knew
dashed.
it.
And that's the correct response. And now Raymond has to carve the attacker's way back towards the spike. Although it is a pinch. Let's see if Clanker and Co., the Clanker clan, can get rid of this sticky situation and cement themselves once and for all with an 8th round. There we go, Steel Guarding coming out on the attacker's side. Gonna remove a lot of resistance for now, but the close range, the dark cover is supposed to help with the classics as well, Corey. Beautifully played. Liu, Omar does get rid of one, but Corey is right there, Adapt.
Can you save them?
Can you save them? Them trading blows right there. Adapt has 15 seconds and less to get themselves onto B site. Adapt, can you make this work? There it is, the plant going down.
No.
Corey, they know where she's coming from. Corey's so ready. Omen versus Omen. The game is afoot, and the mind games are on. Adapt, testing the waters right now, but it's gonna be the swing into Corey. It's Corey's absolutely sharp crosshair placement to seal the deal and get them still in the game. 8-11.
Corey, you monster! They take the kill with the classic and finish it off with a 4K to take the round. That was such nice play. They understand that they're looking for that Omen TP to steal the spike, and they sat on it. They were so aware, and the time was ticking down. He backs out, backs himself to take that 1v1 as well, and what a great play from Corey to keep them in this game. 8-11, and the momentum shift is all with Clanker now. Can they keep it going? There's a poor buy coming out from Jett to Holiday. Few sheriffs, a couple of stingers. So I'm probably looking at a rush here, and we see that, right? Straight into B, trying to use those close range stingers to high effect, and they're going to get it.
It is great. Oh, it actually stopped right there. The stinger doesn't get as much effect as it wanted. Oh, and Veldot might want to look for a longer range kill there because all those stingers and classics. Oh, wait a second. Clocracy has something to say with the paint shells as well. The defense is actually working, and they still keep going after everything. I think they figured it out, Nick.
Yeah, that was. I mean, it was always going to be a difficult round with the kind of sheriff and stinger buy, and that was. I think that was their only choice. I think they had to kind of rush into the site, try and take those close range fights. They just got a little bit overwhelmed, but I told you the momentum is all with the Clankers right now. And we do finally get a full buyout from Jett to Holidays, so this could be a very important round for either side, really. And we see again that they're leaning towards this C side, trying to pressure out this Vice. And it's kind of a good read right now because we're not seeing the same mound aggression that we were in the previous rounds. So if Vice can play their life and back out, this could be really good for Clankers, but they're going to have to be able to get out of this because it looks like they are either going to pivot through to B or continue this C aggression now that that wall is bait it out.
They've only got an attacker of Nightfall to work with. Whether they want to spend it on this round, that's their discretion. But I'd say go for it, because this is still one of those precarious buy rounds where you only have one chance before they get up to match point, right? So they're still hold in. They don't have as much map control as they like, and nobody has to bring this out. And nobody has to figure it out and cleave their way through this A rubble defense. Let's see if they swing.
But you already see Adapt is posting out some smokes on C to still try and hold those defenders in there, while the rest are playing around with A. They didn't get the info they were looking for, so they've snuck into B here while still holding the 2 on C site. Fade does now move across.
Now, though, all these blinds coming through, neutering that broken door position. It's just Omar here with clear vision and a clear bill of health. So they can actually make something happen if they so choose. Nobody, though. Oh, there's so much pressure right now. Oh, Showstopper coming out as well. Alex Meister goes down, trades out before they land. Clanker still downed. And as the dust settles, it's another defender round, tying it up ever closer to the... sorry, not tying up, ever closer to tying it up. There we go.
Yeah, just trade after trade after trade. A lot used there as well. Fade on top of the raise as well, just trying to get the value. But in the end, it's still coming out all Clankers. And this is a great showing on the defense here for them to really bring them back into this game. And boy, oh boy, have we got a game now.
Yeah, it's all diffuses. Oh, Nick, so that means that there's still a little bit of cash to go around to enable those stinger buys. We'll see
I think the momentum is still, even economically, a few stingers, 3 stingers, 2 sheriffs here, 4 Jett, 2 Holiday. So again, we're probably going to see some pretty quick aggression trying to utilize these weapons as best they can. Because the economy is not great for both sides. And here we go. This is exactly what we see. And Phenom just leaps it.
Stinger, Phenom making it work. But Omar is holding strong. Can they be good for a third? Yes, they are, after a labored effort. And it's now Corey. Actually, it's just Raymond, though. Trying to retrieve
Omar,
the spike
take
now.
a bow. What a triple kill to hold that point. And now it's only Raymond in his prime position, but a sheriff only, and this is a tough spot.
Well,
spammed as well to 10 HP.
With that. Yep. Can't do much when you don't have the spike, even if you control Mound, Mr. Raymond. So it's going to have to be a crazy shot. Absolutely wild.
I think I would like to see a little bit of a pivot here from Jett to... they're trying this early C aggression, you know, to try and take that space on Mound and take control of those B doors, and it's not working for them. I would like to see them go back to... I'd like to see a quick A here, if I'm honest. We haven't really seen, you know, any C's nades coming out from Clankers to hold that off, and as I say that, they're kind of pivoting towards the A side. But maybe, you know, getting really quickly into rubble and taking that space early, they can always pivot off that. But as I say that, they're prepping. So maybe Clankers have read this as well. And again, they're heading towards the C side.
Oh, Veldot could have had it if it wasn't the clone. But now that's so much info, but it might be the wrong info, right, Nikish? The spike is still in attacker spawn.
Yeah, this is definitely just a little bait. They're trying to get as much util out as they can from the Vice Omen, trying to get them to use maybe the Paranoia as well, or definitely the early smokes. And as you can see, now they're going to cut noise and back off a little bit, I think. But on the other side, the Jett and Raze have taken rubble. They've taken a lot of space on A, so they know that there's no pivot right now. They're a bit pinched on that side of the map.
Yeah, the defenders, Clan don't have to move positions at all. We see the Vice floating around, but yeah, it's going to be a convergence. The Vice had the right read, and now Omar right here with the Nightfall ready in hand. All you have to do is just click a left click. And
they
then you
get in
have
on
the
site, get the
retake,
plant down.
but chopped cheese, Veldot finds another trade, so that's not exactly all of the space lost with the decay as well. This is looking peachy, unless Phenom just pulls something out of their magician's hat. There's Ketsu to rebound though, 1v1. Raymond knows exactly what's happening, has to prevent the half, and the uncloak. Ketsu understands Raymond has to bait this out. Maybe you understand that Ketsu is slinking their way up to fight you. Cloudburst does come out, but it's still 8 bullets in the magazines. Raymond has to bide their time, and they're calling the bluff. They're calling the bluff. Raymond, you swing now, and it's yours, and it is match point.
Raymond, you played that post plant like a boss. Absolute balls of steel to hold on there. And I would have peeked that at least twice. But he sits there and he knows and he waits. That was sensational. Great play to take it to 12-11.
Gosh.
And it is all to play for in this last round. We could be going OT. Nice few kills as well. Ketsu gets into the game and shows us exactly what they're made of. Great work from Ketsu in that round. Just not quite enough.
So what are the attackers expecting here? Like, they want to keep taking mountain control? It's the same play over and over, and as they are taking mountain control and getting into the C site, there's so much rapage being had on their back line. This is going to be a terrible position if they don't get further control of the map after taking site.
Yeah, Ketsu and Klo have so much room, so they just send it onto the C site. And now they're going to have to speed this up, I think, Ketsu on the flank, because they've already taken it, and it's now the post-plant situation.
Yeah, Klo knows to do this, though. They have to take this CT space, but that paranoia could end it all. It's not working out great, especially with that C's, but it's a firing range to take down Veldot. The flank does come through, and they're still holding on to CT space beautifully. So all they have to do is wait for this backside control, but it's a 2v2. Corey is passing with flying colors. 2 kills already, and the stick with the half already coming through. Corey saving them in this to make OT. Well done! Delayed and survived.
What a round from Corey. That was unbelievable. The triple to hold Jett. Ketsu gets the full defuse while Corey gets those kills. And we are going OT. Unbelievable comeback. My word. Corey, you are having a game.
I have to say that if Clanker Clan still are on the defense, Jett to Holiday is still on the attack. They have to change things up. Instead of slamming Mountain, they have to have something to contest the rubble control. They don't have a fast lane. They don't have things like teleport to get them across to rubble and contest for that space. Maybe they can right now? Oh my gosh, Odin, finally.
I think the idea was good, honestly, and they hit the C site at the right time. It's just a really great retake, and Corey just individual performance coming up clutch to take the round. But the idea wasn't terrible.
I would say that when you cede so much space from the map, the defender opponents are starting to get privy to that notion. Oh my God, Alex, just taking one off on while I'm yapping, right? But like, the defenders will start getting used to it and being more adventurous once you see that who is supposed to be holding the flank is already just fighting on site, which would be the attacker Vise. So, you know, they're still contesting A, and they're going into this 3-stack. I don't know if they want to commit, right?
No, I think you want to back out if you can. Like, I don't know if they've identified that they're kind of stacked up here. They at least know that Alex on this Odin is here. Corey gets a nice pick as well.
Lovely.
So that should trigger a quick response, and I think they're going to look to B, where only Adapt is here waiting. Is called out. They must though.
But Adapt, while being committed, got out just in time. That could have gone really, really badly. Omar on the A rubble control. That's why it's so important. Finds their counterpart in Alex Meister. Raymond right there. Oh my gosh! Are you kidding me? jumps and
Filthy.
finds two. What a leap of faith. There's Ketsu though on the response. It's all for naught, and the attackers do take it. Clanker Clan ahead again.
Lovely turn of the flash from Ketsu. Gets the double off the back of it as well, just to finish that round. And here we go. This is coming down to some just phenomenal individual plays in this OT. And I can't believe we get the joy of a first game overtime in this competition.
Yeah, and when you go so long in this kind of tournament, you have to just play for the individual plays. All of these teams are now these two teams are now familiar with how each other play on these kinds of rounds. So it's all down to who can play the better fundamentals.
Yeah, and Vice just a little bit late, but getting themselves set up here. And we see, again, defaulting to this C aggression from Mound. I don't know whether they're going to commit, but their nades are out, so it looks like they're ready for an exec. And as long as Umar can get out and play their life here, the retake should be on. And there we go.
Dark cover going up. And the defenders want nothing to do with this.
Yeah.
Clanker Clan just want to have all of their manpower available for this retake, especially because so much util is at his disposal. Look at Corey, ready with the paranoia. Oh my gosh, the teleport didn't work out, playing straight into Corey's hands. That was a blunder and a half, and now Corey is activated. The rest of the defense is activated. Look at how little space the attackers do have. Raymond goes down for the count, and it's all Phenom backs up against the wall, trying to fight their way out from this terrible situation, and it's Clanker Clan to close it out. What a great first map. That was really damn close. It ended in first overtime, which some parts of us are thankful for. Some parts of us are itching for more action. But luckily, we have Corrode next. And that's going to be a very interesting map. I really enjoy that map myself as a Chamber 1 trick. So let's get straight into it. Get straight into the agent selection, see what these guys have to offer. I think... Nickish, why don't you introduce what we're looking at for this map?
Yeah, it's interesting that you bring up Chamber, actually. And obviously, for those of you, I'm sure you all know, if you follow Valorant, that Corrode is the newest map. So, there's still a lot of development happening on this map. But Chamber, we've seen this be really effective, especially playing this kind of B-side pressure. So you play this like early info gathering, you put your TP there, you get this early info, and then you just can back out so easily. And if there's no one there, then it's really easy to then pressure off the back of that. So I would not be surprised to see some Chamber in this. As far as other picks, I think definitely some stable Omen. I think Omen is just generally exceptionally good right now. Jett, I would imagine, as we talked about it in game 1, a lot of these duelists play a lot of Jett. We might, though, I've got a little secret pocket pick for you here. I think Chloe might give us a little bit of a waylay on this map, which could be super interesting.
It feels like it would be in character for her. I don't know, just like from knowing her and just feeling it out, that waylay has been buffed. Okay, she's no longer as weak as she was when she was released. And there's a lot of interesting things you can do. And very few people actually play Waylay to an acceptable level, not even in Ascendant. So you're going to see a lot of unexpected things. Maybe people not ready for it. I would be interested in seeing that. I really hope we get to cast it. Although I only know one of her abilities, which is Saturate. That's it. That's it.
I think that's the thing, having these kind of pocket picks that surprise the other team can be so effective because you're not ready for it. You're not sure how to kind of try and play around it. And that surprise factor could be really, really big here. So would love to see it. And we see the hovers. I love it when I'm right.
Chamber!
Chamber as well. 2 for 2. On the other side,
we're good on this.
Neon.
It's not the people we expected, but we're glad that they're picked regardless. And don't you pick Clove? Don't you pick Clove? If you have Omen in your pocket, you gotta pick Omen.
This looks like some big aggression coming out from Chloe and Ketsu, though. Yoru Neon. This is some fast-paced shenanigans here from them, and a huge amount of aggression with the fade behind them as well. And with that chamber, we talked about the chamber, right? Phenom picking that up. And apart from that, I think the Vice is fairly standard. I think the Vice can be very, very strong, kind of on either side, but I've seen a lot of Vice holding down that B side and making it very kind of feel very small. It makes the map feel very difficult then. There is a lot of ways through mid, but that's what the chamber can then do, right? You can have this Vice hold that B side, you can have the chamber kind of holding that mid, and it makes this very difficult to attack into. And maybe that's why we're seeing this kind of this fast moving, aggressive double duelist.
I'd also like to add, when Vice locks down one of the sites, you can have Chamber continue to harass and force the enemy attackers to use their util to get Chamber off of that other extremity that he's pushing through. Because you don't have to be scared to have one of your sentinels or site defenders just die on the outset. Chamber has a rendezvous.
Yeah, it's kind of it's a get out of jail free card, essentially. And, being buffed now as it was, and that he, with the range being buffed, this is why we talked about the chamber. We see it already being set up on this A side. He can take this peak, and especially on the pistol, right? He's going to have that extra advantage on the pistol with his extra fabulous pistol. The Headhunter, and he can just take a pop shot here and then back out completely for free, and I think we're going to see that right now.
Okay, here the chamber is lying in wait for chopped cheese, and that is exactly what we want to see. And now all the attackers are coming through. It's all a fest to get rid of this A main control, and Phenom has to hold on and just gets one with the Headhunter.
Yeah, Raymond though.
Ready with the waylay. Recall, it's not going to be put into effect either. What can nobody do?
I like what they did though. They speed it up. They take the first hit. Phenom gets that first pick off with the Headhunter like we talked about. But then they use this very fast Neon Yoru and they completely step up the acceleration. And then they just send it, and Chloe gets that double that gets them in onto the A site, and nothing much to say after that one.
Yeah, one of the things I've noticed about playing Chamber is that you really don't want to be chased down while you're in that teleporting animation. It's just so hard to dig yourself out of a bad teleport.
But I think that's where the buff comes into play, right? Because you're no longer as restricted as to where you can put it. So you can put it much further back if you need to.
Yeah, for sure. The range on the teleporter being extended. But still, there's a lot of places you don't want to stay. And Raymond already starting to take a little bit of info, maybe a little bit of picking potential. But Raymond doesn't get anybody with that Sheriff. And right now, they're at a loss of what they're trying to do. Maybe they want to go for a flank, but nobody realizes that there's a shear right there. Corey missing a few shots.
Oh, no.
But reclaiming it. And Corey still making it good for a second onto Phenom.
Oh, this paranoia.
Both flanks down, and it's just 3 players trying to get out of this choke. Facing the Outlaw, facing the Paranoia, as you just said. Raymond chiming in with 1, clawing back a kill, but it doesn't matter. These attackers are still looking strong on their buy round.
Yeah, cold read from Corey. They know that the flankers are there. They hit those they get both of those kills, which is great work. And yes, it's an eco, and obviously they have a Bulldog advantage. And then they set that Paranoia perfectly for the attempt and the retake on that one. But yeah, really nice play. I love what they did. They speed up. They see the waylay using this kind of get out of jail free card. We talked about Chambers. Waylay also has that ability. So it gets out of dodge, but that leaves the site open. So they see that, they step up the aggression immediately, and they send it on the site, and it's completely free from there.
You know, I've actually been interested to see if they ever use one of those get out of jail free cards to bait for their teammates. Because if your waylay or chamber is pushing up or taking that early contact, you're going to assume that that's the only person on site.
Yeah.
But we have yet to see that now. And right now, they're going into A site.
Ditched
yeah. This is a retake, and especially on their bonus, like, having this much space already. Oh my gosh, this Bucky. Let's see how it works.
Oh,
Clanker
no.
C. Oh, they're expecting something. Adapt. You're still alive after all of that. Adapt is still in it to win it and make sure that this retake still comes through. Well, Phenom making some presence known. It's Ketsu left on the 1v3, has to make an aim fight, no util in hand, and it's nobody to shut that down. But again, they've taken 2 rifles down. They've taken the plant all the way. So it's still looking peachy for the attackers.
Yeah, great retake there. I loved I just have to call this out. I love the little crouch down. They knew exactly where that Bucky was. Peeks that corner and Adapt gets that kill. But love the little crouch call out if you guys missed that. I love little moments like that in games of Valorant. So just made me chuckle. But yeah, great retake there. I was quite worried because they kind of gave them A site completely for free, and I wonder if this is an attempt to kind of condition them and say, hey, we're gonna leave this site for you and make them try and push into that and confident in their retakes.
But it hasn't been so consistent, and Raymond already taking so much damage off of Ketsu. That is the inconsistent piece. You are not always going to have a great B execute, and it looks like they're bringing the spike towards mid, so this fight where Raymond is aggressing right there. Perfect peek from Raymond to get the round started. Already the attack is looking so much more constrained than the last few rounds. Now is the buy round. Now it's the time to really make the difference. Raymond still holding on to this close mid top position. Counter paranoia goes through. Oh, but the neon is through. Clanker C. Raymond is all but unaware. There it is. 2 kills from Clanker C. But nobody chimes in with another, but it's still a man disadvantage on the side of, Jett 2 Holiday. And now it's 3v1. Can nobody bring it back?
Yeah, they were kind of bailed out, to be honest.
At 72 health, this is doable. This is doable if all these shots are sharped. Can nobody find their way? They understand that, yeah, nobody might be in CT, but it's more likely to be from a link, especially with that Arc Rose confirming that position. And now all the
as long
attackers
as they play
have to
together, this should be really, really difficult.
A high-low as well. This is all but impossible. Can nobody figure out what's in store for them? There's so many angles to check. It might be elbow, but it's not just yet. Gets on the defuse. Corey peeks first. It doesn't matter. Leaving formation. So confident they're on point.
Yeah, that is a confidence showing. But I do want to point out, I'm not sure if that was intentional in that point, but Ketsu did have the spike there mid and gets picked off. And then that creates a difficult scenario because the spike is then left in mid. So it forces them to come off of the C rotate, pressure that mid, use a lot of util to get that spike back. And luckily, Klo coming up clutch by pushing in off the back of that paranoia to get those 2 kills mid and bails them out of a tricky situation, honestly. So maybe a slight misstep, but they make it work.
Overdrive just shut down by Adapt. And Phenom as well. They combine to make this mid hold absolutely terrific. And now Alex Meister putting more pressure on Ketsu. It's Phenom to ride off the back of it. And as the dust settles, it's 2v4. Attackers still looking strong, actually. This is not a bad position for Lihu to be in. Omar holding this angle, seeing if any of the defenders want to step out of it.
Somehow snuck their way into A site, which allows Umar to get the plant off. They're already positioned, ready for this peek out. There we go.
Corey's so sharp. Oh, can you show us a little bit more? Just a little bit more. Oliver Twist got us and now Omar found out already, but the C's does come through. The saturate is good as well, and Raymond is ready at the tap of a needle. There it is, already starting the defuse, but Corey has to wrap. You've got to be a little bit faster than that. Oh my gosh, Omar gets the defuse out! And Corey, you have to play this just right. There's still enough time.
Raymond.
A great defender round. Yes, sir.
I love, love, love the idea from Corey. Repositioning with that TP, trying to get behind them, but the timing, they just needed to speed up. But of course, if you do, you give away your position. So just really difficult timing on that retake. And unfortunately, doesn't get the shot when given the opportunity. And Raymond takes full advantage of that to give them the round.
Yeah.
And as we go into this next, we're looking at a Fade Nightfall. This could be huge for Uma. And we're also looking at the Waylay as well with that ultimate online. Mid-aggression coming.
Oh, the spam could have claimed any of those, but it's this time it's Alex Meister. That quick saturate might have just saved them. And now Adapt has to go in for a bait and switch. Who's going to be the first contact for this? Because they've just sniffed out Alex Meister's position. Oh my gosh, Adapt somehow survives off of the back of the magazine being empty. And the Paranoia doesn't claim Omar in time. It's a massacre in middle. But look at the positions of Raymond and Phenom. They've wrapped all the way. And nobody on the attacking side is all the wiser.
Yeah, what a great couple of sheriff shots to to get those kills. Uma's kind of having a great start to this game.
Positioning.
They slow it down.
Look at them all the way in the spawn. I don't know if Jett 2 Holiday ever expect... Clanker Clan ever expect this.
This is such a good read, though.
Yeah, it's going to be resistance from main.
Oh
my gosh, Raymond!
Into it.
Absolutely blindsides Omar, but Corey is still sharp as ever, trying to retrieve that spike here. Maybe they still want to press it into this? Oh no! Might have dodged that with the... Oh, that's not going to work out. The Shadow Step, Raymond just bounding in, doesn't care! On 2 HP, has the right ideas and the right execution.
Oh, that could have gone so wrong, though. They wrap all the way round. They get themselves into B. And if they'd have read that, if they'd have heard any semblance of noise, the A was so open. It was so free for them. So, I mean, that could have gone very wrong, but great work and really nice use of the ult there to slow them both down and finish those picks. And look at what we have here. Phenom with the operator on this chamber, and no one is there. They are all on the other side of the map. So we'll see how he adapts to this and see how he
Chamber's so
uses
flexible. By the time he has that rendezvous, it could very well be an even stronger position. And that's what I love so much. Oh, kids are just playing with their food. Bye-bye, Fade. See you later.
Yeah, poking for a little bit of information, and then here comes the rotate that we see so often in the mid round, you know, when you first fish and bait out some util. And Chamber is posted up. He's ready. It looks like they're coming back to him. And they are
jumping. Get off this angle just to put your rendezvous down? No. Yes.
Here comes the speed up.
Yep, Raymond claims somebody on the back line, and it's now Hypocrisy to defend against Alex Meister, but it's Phenom! So sharp on the operator, knows exactly when to poke and when to not. So now Ketsu with the deco, it's got a world on their poke's shoulders, trying to find at least some advantage, some pick to open up the round, but it's looking all but a stalemate. Raymond still holding on for dear life. Now they have control of a Vandal, and Phenom ready for the flick. That's the type of gameplay we want to see from the Big Red. Sorry, Big Black, that is the operator.
Yeah,
I was going to say Big Green, like for the op from Counter-Strike, but I remember that the op is black by default. You got it, though. Yeah.
I got you. Yeah, great round from Phenom. I mean, really nice speed up, and Chloe with a crazy headshot off the back of a really nice Paranoia, I believe. But Phenom posted up, was ready, got the timing, gets that first pick, and this is why the op is so dangerous when in the hands of a good chamber. It restricts so much of the map, because now they know an op is in play. do they go mid? Because there's a chance that Chamber is holding that mid with the op and restricting all of that map space. So they're forced now to use this Yoru for the information to try and find out where this Chamber is, and it gives them the A
combination.
Oh, get out.
I think Getzer just decloaked right in front of Adapt without knowing that Adapt might have been there. That was a misplay. Oh, but the op is still in play too. Look at this, the smoke is cleared. He's gonna meet Clockracy first as Clockracy to chime in with a little bit of noise, but it's not a kill just yet. Headhunter comes through, the bait and switch works beautifully, but off on the back line as well, CT side. Oh, the defenders claim everything in this post plant.
I tell you what, though, I love Cheese's attempt right there to kind of bait out for Clo, just jumping around trying to bait out the op, and I do love the attempt. I think that was great, but unfortunately, yeah, this op is proving pretty difficult to deal with now, as it applies so much pressure to the map, like we talked about. So there's obviously a lot of utility that you can use to try and get them off the angles, but you've got to know where the Chamber is sitting first to be able to use that, you know? So they're going to look for early info here on B. Once again, probably not going to commit unless they manage to get a pick, because you are walking into this Vice. Very hard to take straight away. So probably just going to fish, using the clone, triggers the shear.
Yep.
And then they're probably going to back out off the back of this.
So much deep map control, and maybe that's not gonna matter if enough of a blow is delivered on the attack. But all of this util coming in, especially Adapt's Omen, this is crucial. Alex Meister chiming in, and Adapt still gets kills. Back's turn. Oh my gosh! How do you let that slip by? And oh my god, wait. Veldot might have something to say about this. Gets rid of the torrent force. That's exactly what you want to see, and now understands where Raymond is. It's a utilist fight, and Raymond comes out on top.
Oh, Raymond called him the clutch meister. That is the second round. They're grabbing that gun, gets the up, still has time, and great finish out. Close though, very close, and a good adapt again on this Omen, just causing mayhem as we go into this next round. A lot of ultimates online to use.
It's now a buy versus buy. Right, and we'll have to see some more cautious gameplay from the attacking side, because this, you have double Sentinel on the side of Jett 2 Holiday, but Chamber is still very strong on attack side in this double Sentinel configuration. Let's see if...
Yeah, and it's all about this map pressure, you know? They pushed B, and they committed to the B side of the map, which then gives so much space. And we saw Waylay doing exactly this. Raymond pushes out mid, gets so much map space, and they know that they're not pushing up there, so that they're using that information to know exactly where they're at. And I think this is what I want to see. A bit more, slow it down, default a bit more, take more space, rather than just
Raymond misses it. Oh, but that saturate is perfectly placed, prevents Clockracy from chasing. And again, another pick goes the way of the defender's side. Let's see if any of that comes into play, this Chamber op or the Waylay. Holding
if you look at where the spike is right now, spike is by fade here, so we're probably looking in a pivot or a pivot through mid, waiting to see if they can get some picks through this mid side before they commit, which I don't necessarily mind. And here we go, using that paranoia. There we go.
Oh, an execution in top mid link, and now it's just a free B site. I don't know. 3v4, can they get rid of it? It's an op, 2 rifles. You have Omen util able to fight for space, but it looks like a shutout because you're coming in from maybe 2 extremities right here.
But you're gonna take the 1v1. 2 mid right now.
Yeah, and Raymond coming through. Not many people are slowed, so it's still like it never happened. And now Raymond on the site tries to find something right there. Adapt, and Raymond making it work, actually. And all of a sudden, it's a 2v1. Corey, do they know where they are? Yes, Raymond! So sharp! Takes that info and runs with it. Still keeps the up as well. Well done.
This is what we wanted to see from the Waylay. We called out this pick right at the beginning of this game. We thought this might be a pocket, and they're proving why. This Waylay is able to take so much space and able to use their kind of get out of jail free card to take these fights and get out if it doesn't go their way. But most of the time, Raymond is on fire and is getting these early either information or picks and clutching like a monster right now. This is a tough call if you are on the attack side. And they do pivot to this A side now in the early round.
Let's see if there's an example of what we want. But yeah, it's either Chamber or Waylay making the early presence. And while they are kind of pushed back a little bit, Clanker slowed by her own overdrive. Can she still make the use of the remaining bit of it? No, Raymond is there, even with the near sight, is just close enough to take down Clanker. And now Phenom ready to swing in, understands Scorch Up Cheese's Veldot goes down, and Corey tries you might, it's not enough to stop the Omen counterpart. Let's see if there's anything in store. Yes, there's one, but not anymore. Defender still on the updraft. Up and up. There we go.
Yeah, phenomenal paranoia. Just as Chloe's looking to get in there on the Neon, the paranoia just ruins their day, and she could not get anything done, and Raymond takes full advantage. And this is a really tough spot. 8-3. They've tried to hit the B early. They've tried to hit A early. And I like the switch up. Fight into this chamber. Put pressure on this op and make it more difficult. But unfortunately, the backup was there. They sped it up. They went straight in, but unfortunately, it was there.
Yeah, no, what I would say the terrible thing is, oh my
Oh,
gosh.
no.
Yeah, exactly. That forces the attackers to expend precious utils to get that chamber off the angle. It's always a trade-off, and especially because there's a chamber in Waylay, you don't know where the piece that is playing up is all the time. So now with the plant going down, we have a counter Steel Garden coming out, and we'll see if they're still able to keep this momentum up. Chop cheese, Veldot. Yes, it is. There you go. Raymond there to capture a little bit of info and provide the bait for nobody. Oh, it lines up for Veldot, and in a blink of an eye, it all goes for the attackers. 8-4, though. And let's see.
They needed that round. They did. But lovely. You could see that they kind of just got themselves a bit isolated on that flank attempt, trying to get round, but they were ready for it. And then, great work from Veldot to get those last 2 kills. And here we see the switch up. So I think in this round, that up was devastating, I think, for them on that defense side. But let's see, can Chamber get the same value? And will Waylay also be able to get in on these sides using that double dash? On this attack side, but so far Raymond is looking definitely MVP performance right now.
Look at where the defenders are positioned on the A side. They're just taking so much control already. That big angle is probably going to clue one of these into a huge play. Ketsu doesn't blind everyone, but was ready. I saw the vision, piggybacking off of that info, and now Hypocrisy has so much space, and most of the attack is holed up in mid.
Yeah, I love this though. Like really early mid aggression, push through that smoke. They get the early pick that could have gone so wrong. It was a great flash attempt, but now they just cut noise, they stall, and they wait. You can see that Chloe has all of this space on A side, so they know that they're not there. And that's why you see the Omen kind of pivoting off here, moving towards the B side. But they've got all the room in the world to work with. They can go to either side, and they can do a very fast exec. And it looks like they're going to pivot towards A. And they're completely split on the defenders.
Wait.
Great pick, though.
Omar has just taken down Raymond, and maybe this pinch isn't so good as they hoped. If they can find another one, but wait, look! It doesn't even matter that there's a flank. It's Phenom to step up to the occasion. And now Corey with just one chance to make this work. A classic in hand. It might just be wraps. Phenom goes down for the count, and Alex Meister does too. Wait, Corey's still alive. This could definitely be possible. They're ready, but the smoke doesn't pop just the way they wanted, and Adapt still comes out on top.
that was scary for a second. Corey nearly got the timing on all of them to get that pistol clutch. But what I want to point out something there. Adapt was so aware mid. They were, when they pivoted towards A, that pickoff from Umar was great. But Adapt, you could see, had already turned to the left to get that rotation out from B and cover that pivot. And it was so clever, and they were so aware. And then Phenom getting that double kill as well. So just really good map reads all around here.
Yeah. Oh, what a great A-Link play, but Alex Meister, you had to look behind you. Just clear that corner on those pistol guys.
It's a disaster.
Yeah, and all of even more shots being connected across the field. I think that was just pure gameplay on the side of Clanker Clan. That was really good, Nick.
That was phenomenal work, honestly, from Clanker. And that's really troubling now for Jett 2, because that was with pistols, and that has just flipped the switch on this half. Good, and this should get them some good momentum if they can keep going with this. I expect to see them carry on this mid aggression, and I think what they're going to look to do is condition. They're pushing through this mid consistently, and we saw them fight back right there. But I think they're going to keep doing it, and then later on in this half, they're going to completely switch up and open up some free sites off the back of it.
Yeah, Ketsu already understands that there's so much mid presence, and
Corey
spamming just finds Phenom pushing up. Oh, it's a massacre in mid. Ketsu and Corey combining the two teleporters. Raymond, you've got to be shaking in your boots right now.
He's having a game.
There's one. Oh, wait a second. That could have been it. But luckily, Feldot still has it on lock. I was getting a little bit nervous there.
I felt, sometimes you get a feeling and you think, wait a second. That was a crazy couple of headshots with the Sheriff. We know how devastating those Sheriffs can be. But again, we're seeing the same thing. And this is maybe where they start to pivot. And they might try to slow this down now, but again, maybe not. They're all looking towards the mid. And maybe we see this for another round or two where they kind of push this mid aggression, try and force them to react to it. And yeah, they're going to do the same again. Use this kind of waylay dash in and this pressure. And they force this. Look, Corey is already there and ready. They use the fade to figure it out. Manages to play their life though, and Raymond was so ready.
There wasn't any util to cover Omar's swing, but luckily the cavalry arrives, and again the mid pressure crumbles on the attack side. No, if Adapt has to say anything to say about it, it's a doable 1v2, and they're all separated, so this is exactly what you want to see, but Ketsu is just too damn sharp.
Yeah, this might be a bit of a pivot now. I think you've tried it for a few rounds. The last couple of rounds, it has really backfired. So I think I would like to see them slow it down here a little. Try and play for information. Bait out some early util. Maybe head towards that A side. Try and bait out some of their early util, early smokes, and then pivot around. Because I think it's so effective on this map.
You've got Chamber. You've got the perfect extremity fighter. If I was playing, I would be looking for a lurk. Just keeps them on their toes. I mean, I like to do things solo. But maybe this will pay off right here, because they're coming in, it's a slaughter again. Ketsu claiming multiple. Phenom, the deagles do ring out, but it's not enough. Corey on the assist right there on the back end. Phenom has all of the world to contend against, so there's no headhunter shots this time, and again, oh my gosh, it's Clanker Clan to claim it.
I want to call out Ketsu there. That positioning was so good. I don't know if that was pre-planned, that they were ready for that waylay dash in, but unfortunately, Raymond just dashed straight in front of Ketsu's face, and they were ready instantly, and then turns and gets the double as well. That's some great work. And this is turning into another spicy game as they're closing the gap here. And the last few
These,
rounds, their quick aggression has really struggled against the defense. So I would
yeah,
really like them to slow this down and play the information game, play the
yeah,
pivot.
because they're not their team comp isn't that well built to do the aggressive space taking. They've only got one displace util, maybe another with the saturate. But again, we have Chamber, we have Vise, lurk up, confuse the defenders, and now you've just let all these extremities slip by while having one of the best extremity fighters in the game. That's Chamber. That's why we wanted to see him here. And yes, he was great on defense, but I'd like to see more risk-taking on the solo part instead of just grouping up and losing so much map control.
Yeah, you have these two tools in the Waylay and the Chamber to basically free peek and get out of jail free. So I really think I want to see them utilize that a bit more. Utilize that essential free peek angle. Obviously, sometimes you can get caught out, right? But it gives them a way in to try and get these early picks in these rounds and then pivot off the back of it, rather than this very fast aggression. Here we go. Now they're going to turn up the heat.
Yep,
Really nice fade eye as well.
3v3, eventually Clockersy does find nobody, and again, the attack is on the 2v3. It's looking dire, and with so much util and so many ultimates on the back end, look at Clockersy coming in with the overdrive, caught by the paranoia, but it's still under control. Adapt only has just a little bit of space to play with, and it's Ketsu with the shorty, gonna break through that defense and secure the retake.
Oh boy, we have got a game. That honestly, that could have gone. I mean, Adapt was looking on fire in that last bit. There was a moment I thought maybe, but Chloe coming in clutch in that round. And again, we talked about the same thing. I think they're really struggling with a lack of tools to try and get onto these sites, and they're giving so much space up. We saw in the early round there, we saw Umar on this fade take all of that A main space, and knowing then that they can't be there, which then forced out the later round pivot, and so they were ready for it. And here we go, Chamber pops
on the eco. You've got to control something with it, and it's mid to start with. Raymond, already going to be sniffed out by this Prowler cat. And I think, oh yes, this Dimensional Drift comes in, gets info about what's happening right here, understands that the Tour de Force right here. I think Ketsu wants to aggress with this. Ketsu wants to play with it, but Raymond is just too sharp. Ketsu caught on the decloak too. Oh, this is not looking great, but look at the main control. Look at the main control on A. Corey is so sharp. Can they expect this coming? Wait, they don't expect it! It's just one kill, though, and the jig is up. But it's still a 4v3 man disadvantage on the defender side.
Do they know the second one, though? Do they know Umar is here? Oh, they don't.
Oh, no, there's the spray down. Omar, you've got to be kidding. 2v2 now, which is still a good improvement. But it's not the ideal situation to be in, because now it's a 1v2. Clockersy has fallen on the A side, and it's all down to Chopped Cheese to try and make a difference. With up in hand, you have to be kidding me. Veldot.
Brave here from Veldot. Maybe they're looking for another gun to pick up, but this is a brave choice.
Oh, no.
I'm not sure this is going to work out for them. They do see a Vandal on the floor.
It's a double swing in tow. This is the worst position you want to be fighting as an operator. Picks up the Phantom, but there, the info is given away. Just turn around. Oh, no. You're almost there. It's Veldot trying to scavenge, but it's not enough. As, again, Jett to Holiday gets back in the lead.
Yeah, Adapt, you cannot blame them for that. There's no way that you expect Umar in that corner after you've just cleared it. So really great read, honestly, to get that double kill. But in the end, Raymond, again, look at this Waylay, putting up a hell of a performance to keep them in this. And we go to 10-9. A bit of an ult economy advantage here. We've got the Fade Nightfall to play with. We've got Vice ult as well as Omen ult as well. So I would like to see them just exec on a site, use a set plan, use these ultimates, and get a plant down, because I feel like then they're struggling in these to get
Wait a
these sites.
second. Ketsu moving up. Phenom is just already aware of this, but again, Ketsu might also be because of that trademark placed down. Now Phenom is coming to play with the extremity fight. It all depends on who peaks first, and it's gonna be Phenom catching Ketsu on the distraction. Oh no, the defense is opened up on the B side, and you already see the rotation moving in.
Yeah, crazy timing on looking at his little toy. That's not something you planned for, but great timing there from the chamber to get that kill. As we see the pivot over to the B side. And gonna try and take on this Vice.
Yeah, is Veldot.
Look
Again,
at where
it's
Raymond
a tough
is
situation
though
to
in the
be
mid.
in with both of these ultimates coming in.
Raymond!
Oh my gosh, it's all coming to pieces, and Raymond continues to collect. It doesn't stop anyhow. Veldot has something to say. It's just a 1v4. There's no way. You're already found out with the Arcros as well. It doesn't serve you at all with the double hold. High-low setup. Veldot, you're in over your head. And panicking. They're not saving it at all. They do have the money, though, for another force buy. But it's looking dire.
Lurk was stunning. They were not ready for that at all. And I saw it happening on the map. And a beautiful 3-piece to just shut that round down. And it started to look like they were getting back into this game. But these last couple of rounds have been a bit of a wash with Raymond coming up crazy. Definitely MVP performance right now.
Yeah, it'll be up to the defense to kind of have an answer to this, not give away so many early picks, but the double senti setup is starting to come into play with these extremity holds. It is, I think that the attack has wisened up to it. And now Ketsu with a fake teleport, trying to reset where they want their anchor point to be. But already the rotation is coming through.
Look at the map pressure.
Are you going to? Yes.
They've already pushed all the way through mid, and they're forcing them all into the B side.
No, they're gonna catch some more. Spike understood where it is, and the rendezvous is also in full view. Phenom peeking in. Ketsu finding Adapt on the tail end of that as well. Oh, Alex Meister has to try and do something, but the saturation is so good.
Oh,
Ketsu,
my word.
oh, Phenom, you are in over your head. You can't do it, and it's all gone. Flawless from the defender's side. That's sure to put a pep in their step.
Yeah, I love that from Clanker. Absolutely love that. The aggression through mid with the triple stack, taking all of that space away. And we've talked about this all game. This is such a game of map space. And they hold all of that mid, and they force them into this very small area on B, knowing that that's most likely where they're going to be. They completely split up the team, and they take that fight. And a great round and a great read, honestly, from Clankers.
Blockers already so aggressive. This is a perfect paranoia. You're going to claim one, just have to adjust to nobody, which doesn't happen. But that's already so much space taken over. Oh my gosh, especially in a link. This mind game's coming out. They understand that somebody might be there, and Veldot, so sharp on that awareness already. Phenom is trapped, no rendezvous in sight. Arcros has been destroyed though, so Veldot has to try and do something, but look at where the attacker Omen is. Can Adapt come in time to provide some sort of unexpected pressure?
This is all about Adapt here. If he gets the timing, he gets everybody. If he hears them,
Wait,
I think he's going to go.
The Steel Garden! Okay.
Oh, he's
a little bit more time.
Good timing here.
But it doesn't matter if he has a timing because Ketsu is just right on the swivel. And if the sight falls, then the flank is moot. One of the things I hate playing a lurker about, I always can blame my team.
I think it was such a small window, especially with the use of the Steel Garden, right? But it was such a lovely position. If he gets that timing, I mean, that's a beautiful lineup. But they really ramp it up. They really get into that site much quicker than maybe they were ready for, and they take it. So 11-11, Clankers showing up. And I love this change of pace from them. Obviously, the slowdown hold was not working. So they've just really sped it up. They've got way more aggressive on the defense, and it's working wonders. It's causing such chaos.
Oh my
and again,
gosh!
Early pick from the Vice.
Yeah, and that slow isn't hitting anybody. Look at Raymond, just caught unaware by the Archros. This is a full defender stoppage to whatever is happening in the B main. Execute. So
Yeah, this is
see.
a get out angle and reset on if you are Jett 2 Holiday here.
What do you do now? You have to find control of mid, but Corey is right there, and you know how sharp Corey is.
Yeah, Corey's been so good on these like late lurks and this late taking space into these mid to late rounds. And you see already he was set up. They were set up and posted, ready for this Omen to maybe peek out and try and get some more info, knowing now that they're still kind of corralled on the B side of the map.
Yeah.
But they just spread out. They know that they can, if they try and hit a site, they know that they can just back out and take a retake 5v3. So they've always got the advantage here.
Yeah, and they're still unaware of what is happening. 3 players still here with that Archro still in play. Ooh, I'm a little bit nervous. Did Corey understand where the Razor Vine was thrown? Maybe not, but as the util starts coming in from the attacker side, it's Omar to stay here and hold the fort with Ketsu, and Ketsu, you know how much of a player he is. There it is. Adapt takes down Ketsu, and the site is open. Wait, they're planting. Yes, they do. Clanker though, very fast on the re-clear, and there it is. Adapt has to fight against the world. 6 bullets, missing all of them, and Clanker, she secures it. She secures match point in a frenetic pace.
I mean, that could have gone either way, but Chloe, with the speed at which she gets in on that site, put so much pressure on Adapt to try and hold after that post plant, and just manages to win out to take them to 12-11. And what another crazy close game that we have. 12-11. It all comes down to one last round. Are we going OT? Or are they going to take it in this last one?
Gosh. Phenom has to win those early fights. That's the entire point of Chamber. And just falling first, that's not what you want to do. But Phenom has been good for a lot of fights already. So this is
to remind you guys,
my call is as good as anyone's.
This is series point. Clanker's won the first game. So if they win this round, they take it 2-0. So this is the most important round that we've had yet.
Ready to slide out of the smoke. Oh, no kills are found just yet. Raymond ready. Now is the position for Raymond to fight back. But this dark cover has to go down before any of that happens. And Veldot, operator, clears out Phenom. And the overdrive is back in play already, but stopped by this hail of bullets. It's all gone to pieces, this mid defense. And now all of these rounds coming to a close. I don't think Ketsu spotted Raymond. No, not at all. Veldot, do you understand? Did you hear? No. Oh my gosh, it's coming on the edge of the seat. The defenders are still 2v3 right now, but with the flank coming in.
Corey.
Oh my gosh. That fade.
Corey.
Oh my gosh. Raymond is as good as dead. How did you scrape it out of the mud and win out like this? That was crazy, Nickish.